Well, that's promising. Hopefully the waterfall will be flowing. So do you think the waterfall will be flowing?
Yeah, it's the Miradora of the top alto of the one here. So it takes you up and it'll take you up there.
Oh, the new circular walk. And hopefully
Remember when we went down there with the pub?
it's like that.
It's really steep.
When we went, did you go to the? No, you didn't. It was with the. Oh.
How old did you say it was?
86 years old.
But a reef never lasted. Shame.
This thing.
Junta something. Junta Freguesia Mendiga 1996. There's the freguesia next to the church. And the kitty cats. Look, scat. a model in the little glass house there that shows you how it works, how it's filtered through rocks. It comes along the top, down into the gully, filters through these stones here. They've got breathing pipes, and then even more filtered underneath, and then I suppose they tap it off somewhere. Interesting. It's very clean toilets. Casa de Baño there. There's a nice little picnic benches next to that.
It's got bread ovens and barbecues in.
All right, so yeah, the bathrooms have got a barbecue in there, a bread oven. Yeah, it's fresh water, drinking water from the font here. It's working. Yeah, so that works. So midday in Mendiga, if you didn't notice. So it's quite spectacular views, isn't it? It's lovely. I think there's a. That's where the.
Path up there, and there's a road going up there.
Yeah, I think that little pathway is the one that follows on from where Peter and Irene's place is. Goes up the hill.
Okay.
And then the road a little bit further on, we'll try that. That looks like a mini adventure to me.
Yeah.
Never been along that road, but we'll have a go.
So what's that place over there?
What place over where?
Along that line? The line of buildings.
Oh, I don't know. Be a little village. It's just a little village. But it's supposed to be a lagoon around here as well somewhere.
Yeah, there is. There's a little lagoon and there's a big lagoon.
A little lagoon and a big lagoon,
Grey
eh?
hill and a grom.
Okay. Well, maybe that's the next job, is to try find those and then go on a little mini adventure. Try and find some coffee beans. We're running out of coffee. We need coffee beans.
No, not running. Ran.
Oh, we've run out. We need coffee beans.
If I have 2 beans, and then I add 2 more beans, what do I have?
Some beans.
Yes?
One day later.
Bit of a grey one today. A little bit of rain. Yesterday I did a little bit more of the wood chip, but again we've run out of wood chip, so I decided to cut some more of the olive tree down in the corner, and we need to leave that for a couple of weeks so we can then chip that down and get some more wood chip. So this is the area that we normally do the wood chipping. Wood chips are stored back there, but I've cut loads of olive wood down. There's a whole pile that needs wood chipping, so we'll have plenty of wood chip, some left over from the last time, and piled all the wood that we cut down in the corner on top of that lot. And I mentioned that I might be building a wood store with some of the offcuts of the branch, or the branches, so I've piled them back here. So there's a few that I can use as base posts. I've still got to cut a couple down from the old oak tree, I keep calling them oak trees. It's a fig tree, not even a fig tree, it's an olive tree. I've got my words muddled today. So that needs to be trimmed down. Just started raining actually. We've made some good improvements with the stairs at the back over the last few days. We've got one guy working on this. He's absolutely brilliant. He's a real trooper. They're even here till he was here till about 6:30 last night with a torch on, with a bright LED light working in the dark. Slow, methodical, and really good work. So this is obviously the carport. Not quite finished. They're putting some wires in for lighting. I'm assuming it's for lighting. We did talk about what we were going to have in here, and we thought just a couple of LED strips would do it. So there's a lot of wire going in. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you get the scale from here, but we'd obviously quite easily fit 2 cars in here. Don't really get cover unless we put something on the sides. Yeah, whether we need some matting or whatever just to keep the sun out. Don't know yet. And at some stage I wanted to build a little tool shed at the back here, whether it's under the carport or behind it, I'm not quite sure yet. There's room just to put a little structure back here, a bit of levelling, and a little pad down here maybe, don't know. So they've been working their way through some of the snagging list stuff as well, which is great, but mainly it's just getting the back stairs complete. So the rainwater draining at the back we talked about, there's a couple of pipes that come out under the deck there, and we were hoping to join them up to this one here at some stage, and then join it up with this one coming down here as well, and maybe have some IBCs back here, don't know, and then we can gravity feed the water harvesting tank down there in between the 2 trees. That's the water harvesting tank. But there was a few, we're using all the cardboard here on the garden obviously. There's a few gaps that appeared under this I'm going to call it concrete board, cement board, and then there's above the cement board there is insulation, but there's just a few gaps appearing here and there that need filling in. But yeah, it's much better than it was. Yep. So yeah. I put quite a strong wooden base and concrete pad on the base of these stairs here. These are all like old sleepers, really chunky bits of wood, and you've got one that's got a concrete pad on, and then obviously the stairs up the back of the house. But it's a slow process to build them all, but yeah, it's getting doing a really good job. Really happy with that. All the wiring is coming out. Don't know where they're gonna take it from. There is an electrical point that powers the pump and lights for the pool under there. So and there's electrical wires coming out of the house from under the deck. So if they run it over here somehow, and then that will feed the lights at the back. But yeah, it's interesting to see how they do it. Be good to be able to get the car under here though. As for the deck, we're not really sure what we're going to do yet, whether we just put more of this gravel or cobblestones or concrete. Not sure yet. It's coming along. This is where all the wood, the fig tree wood and from the bushes that we cut back, that's around the front, ready to be shredded. Just taking the rubbish back in here, rather than it blow onto the roadway. Needs a bit of a clean up. Yeah, it's getting there. I like to have the where the pool pump is, maybe put a little bit of a doorway on there just to keep because when you get the rain from this direction, it does tend to go underneath, just to protect the pump and the electric box a little bit more. Yeah, it's interesting to see how they're doing all this work. Almost looks like data cable. It's 3 core. Yeah, so a little bit more work at the back. We'll be getting there, get rid of all this, start leveling this off a little bit with what's left of the earth there. Start turning this into a garden. I've moved a load of the rocks towards the back that we keep digging up. So there's the wall, obviously this collapsed over the years, and there is a lot of the stone has gone behind the wall, and just needs digging up to be able to reuse it. But we've got lots of extra stone that we've been collecting and throwing at the back here, some of the really big chunks as well, so we can rebuild this wall to a really good standard. I need a little bit of help to do that because some of these are quite heavy, so when we get the next naval working party, all my ex-Navy buddies come over and give us a hand. That'll be many hands make light work, hopefully. as you can see, I'm up on the roadway at the back now. There is collapsed rocks that have fallen out, and there's a load that are buried under all this earth that have fallen off the wall over the years. It's all brambles, it all needs clearing back. And this, it doesn't really show on here, but there is a little alleyway that goes between our property and the next property that's completely overgrown. We did clear it a few years back, but then we went away and did a long stint of house sits. I think we were away for about 3 months, and we came back and it just regrown up and overgrown again. So we've just left that, and it gives us kind of privacy. I mean, there's no houses or anything in these fields next to our land, but it just gives us a little bit more privacy. So we've left most of that just overgrown, even though there is a little alleyway that goes between them. So yeah, a bit of work clearing all this out of the way, and then probably collapsing the wall, building a little bit of a better foundation, and rebuilding the wall at the back. And then once the wall's rebuilt, we can look at planting, get some more planting out the back here. We don't want too many things that will shed leaves and what have you into the pool, so it's all going to be kind of evergreen, succulent kind of stuff. The olive trees don't lose their leaves that much, and the big olive trees are getting a real haircut. They're going to get cut right down to the main trunks, and this one in the corner is going to get cut back to its main trunk. So the trees, the big olive trees at the back, will be much lighter, let more light in at the back. Yeah, don't know what to do at the back here. Again, this all needs clearing out, this wall. And what they've done next to the carport is they kind of reinforced it with concrete in the gaps, so we might do something similar at the back there, just to give it a bit more stability, or maybe just some natural rocks that will fit in and give it more stability. We will see, not sure yet. There was when they dug this carport area out, there was obviously a lot of rocks that had to be broken up, that they put over here as kind of a pseudo retaining wall. I mean, but under here it is bedrock under here, so it's not going anywhere. It just needs a bit of a tidy up, and then maybe build a rock face along there. Maybe dig some of this rock out here and level that area with gravel, and then we can put I don't know, a little tool shed on it maybe. That seems quite an attractive thing for me to do at the moment, because it comes down a little bit from here. It's not a big drop, but a lot of these rocks can then be used elsewhere along the walls, and then it's just a case of making a little retaining wall around the outside, and level it off with rubble and tuffner, some more of this stuff. This is called tuffner, gravel, and then level it all off, put a little shed on there, maybe a tool shed. And then we have got a little doorway under the overhang there that leads to the crawl space, and a large area of that crawl space is concreted over. In fact, it's concreted over right the way up to the end of the living room, but it's quite a low, obviously it's a low space under there. You've got to bend down to get to the other, but it's a lot of storage under there. Not that we want to just store stuff and keep it there out of the way. So not really sure what to do with all that space. Maybe build some spaces to put wine. Although it's never stored long enough in our house. But yeah, a little wine storage area maybe under there. Who knows? And then we've got to start thinking about the terraces down here, having a lower terrace, and then maybe a stone wall to protect the rainwater and pipework over there, and then a slightly higher level up to the level of the top of the rain harvesting tank. And then these walls need to be rebuilt. And we have had a guy come in and give us a quote. But I'm not sure how they're going to do it, because the plans say we have to bring it in about 1.5 meters. But as you can see down here, these bits of rock and some further on are actually bedrock. They're huge, and we can't do that ourselves. And to pay somebody to do it with machinery is just too expensive. So we might have to bring in the local camera to discuss what they want, what we want, to best fit, because we do want to keep it all original stonework walls. They need a bit of a tidy up and straighten up maybe, but to rebuild them so that they're nice traditional dry stone walls, and that fits in with this whole park area. I mean, this one isn't. This one doesn't set a very good precedence, because someone just plonked a block wall there, where really it should be in keeping with the rest of the stone walls around here and be a traditional dry stone wall. That's what gives the area this kind of beauty, I think. So we do want to keep it like that. But the practicalities of moving some of these big stones, and then you've got the telegraph pole, which they've moved right to where they want that area to be clear, but they put a great big telegraph pole there, so not sure. That's a future project and a future hurdle that we've got to overcome, but we'll get there. I'm sure we'll get there. We'll come to some sort of compromise, or we'll just have to wait until we've got some funds to be able to do that. And there's some big old rocks that need moving. Just seen this bit of the oak tree that they've cut back to allow them to build the stairs, and that's good wood that I can shred, chip, put through the wood chipper. I'm going to take that